Hey, it's Sam here, and in this video I'm going to address the 5 comments that I just made about resume advice that you should ignore. So first up is that it must be 1 or 2 pages max. My resume is 3 pages. It's been 3 pages for years. It still helps me land interviews. I've landed offers with it for 3 pages. The key thing is a resume can be long, but it shouldn't be long-winded. So if you've got a lot of garbage and you're going on for 3 or 4 pages, it's not going to be effective. But if it goes over to 3 pages, do not worry. Recruiters don't care about that. They care about content over length. The second point was use action verbs for every bullet. While some of my sentences and bullets do start with action verbs, it's the wrong thing to focus on. Don't worry about I should be writing developed instead of strategized or implemented. That doesn't matter so much as the actual work that you did. So an example of what people get caught up on, and I'd say the biggest mistake that I see when it comes to resumes is, read this with me. Developed a strategic initiative to oversee the talent function and provided collaborative leadership to various team members. Seems, simple enough and innocent enough, but honestly, this is complete garbage. What you're really looking for, and what the work that I do with clients is, I get the actual accomplishment, or the size, scope, and the result. And really what I actually mean by this sentence is I previously led a team of 5 recruitment professionals, developed a strategy to help recruit over 500 clinical and non-clinical staff in under 2 years, and saved over 1.2 million in agency fees. So that's what I mean by don't focus on the verb, focus on the actual size and scope of the role and what you did. The other one is have a different resume for each job that you apply to. That's just too much administrative nonsense to deal with. What I recommend instead is having a career accomplishment section front and center in the resume. This is essentially a highlights reel of your biggest wins throughout your career. This is the only section that I would recommend changing. So once you've done all the experience and the dates and all the bullets, which should be factual, there's no point in changing those for every single job that you apply to. Just pull the most relevant accomplishments and highlight them at the top. An example is if I wanted a clinical recruitment role, then I'm going to highlight the fact that I recruited over 500 clinical and non-clinical staff across 5 provinces in the time frame. Time, money, team, and scope. If it was a leadership position, then I would highlight some of my leadership experience front and center. So that's why, yes, you should make some tweaks to the resume, but you shouldn't have a different resume for each role. The other one is including keywords to beat the ATS or get past AI bots. AI bots and ATS bots just simply do not exist, and I'm going to show you the exact insides of an ATS and what happens when you apply for a job right now. So this is an account manager job, and this is for an applicant tracking system which is called Lever. It's probably the best applicant tracking system that I've used, but even being the best in the industry, in my opinion, it doesn't have an automatic AI bot. So what happens when you click apply for this job and then you submit your application, and I prepared one earlier, so when you actually hit submit application, quick note is if they ask you questions, okay, and if it's just a few questions, spend some time actually filling them out. This is what makes a big difference when it comes to an application. Use time, money, team, and scope. Give some good examples. But basically, once a candidate hits submit application and they get a application submitted, the recruiter side of the ATS, okay, basically a recruiter will manage a number of jobs, and when they click account manager, they'll be able to see Sam Struan just applied today. There's no bots that screen you out. There's no AI that's kicking your, taking your resume out of a pile of a system. It's basically a spreadsheet, what we see, and we get the application. But what we do see is the resume, the contact information, and also the screening questions. And now companies will sometimes have 10 screening questions, which is a bit of a piss take, but if it's just a couple, put a wee bit of effort into it, and that's what makes the difference. So I hope this video was helpful. Feel free to reach out with any questions, and if any of you want a professional resume review, basically I can review your resume and provide you with feedback and actionable tips, reach out to me and I can let you know how we can help you. Thanks.